Good morning, everybody. This is Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy. Today, we're going to talk about our favorite subject, which is sales. Yeah, I know I sound a little funny today, but that's okay. In this little pollen we got over here in Florida, it's kind of like a lot, so it agitates my sinuses. So what are we talking about today? Selling and education. Selling and continuing your education. Selling and going to classes. Selling and just doing what you need to do to be able to be a better salesperson. I work in real estate. I work in the pool industry. I sell motors, equipment, heaters. I help people buy, extended warranties, agreements, maintenance agreements, service agreements. I sell houses. I do a lot. So my simple job today is talking about selling, but you need to continuously get your education. A lot of times people think when they become a salesperson, they're pretty much arrived. They think that they don't have to do what they call continuing education. I guess it's that simple. And I have to say, if you're wanting to accelerate your opportunities, you really do need to learn the basics, the fundamentals, and you need to learn how to have conversations. But if you don't learn, it's really difficult to be a successful salesperson. Like I said, I take classes all the time. I'm always taking courses, continuing education courses, and I'm always taking, I'm online all the time, listening to all different types of motivational speakers, all different kinds of people, and listening to their angles or what they've got to say, what their training aspect is, what they're teaching, or what their philosophy is. So if you're wanting to be a outside-of-the-box salesperson instead of a mediocre salesperson, but if you're happy where you're at, that's great, But most people, even doctors and lawyers, have to continuously study education, and it's no different for us salespeople. We have to learn the fundamentals first. You learn the basic concepts of how to, ask for the order. You learn the concepts of talking to people. You learn the concepts of just doing everything in your power to learn how to close sales. In techniques, you also learn how to watch people, how to just learn how to have a conversation with different types of personalities. You hopefully are in an environment at your company or the place that you're going to work with that they just have continuing education for you. Training is like vitally important to a salesperson. What it does is it keeps us on point. If you are a person who likes to learn, that's wonderful, because in the selling business, you can always teach an old dog new tricks, or a young person a new trick, a new opportunity. There's just a vast amount of information that's out there, and you can incorporate it over your life of your career as a salesperson, as a continuing education learner. I'm one of the kind of people that even if I were to win the lottery, I probably would still keep going to school. I'd probably go back to college and just study all kinds of things. But, that could probably happen. I doubt it, but you never know. But I love training. Like today, we're going to be learning computer systems on how to upload software and information on the process of selling a house. Okay, so it's kind of important that I know the paperwork. I know the capability with DocuSign and information, where I'm able to, with form simplicity, be able to, just take there's different types of things that you got to know when you're in real estate. You got to know, like I said, you've got all these addendums that you have to learn. I know you're going, what is that? You have to learn all the paperwork. You got to learn all the processes. If you're wanting to have a customer in another state, talk to somebody else, you got to go ahead and have people sign documents to say, hey, you're going to get your percentage by giving them a referral. So what I'm sharing with you guys, no matter what kind of product you're selling, you can always learn more, and always seek outside knowledge, because see, the key to success in life is to learn, but to be able to use that information that you learn and incorporate it into your work and into your business. And I've been doing this, like I said, since the 80s. I had a great guy, Dwayne Dabrowski, which was a great manager of mine. He's the one who gave me the fire to want to learn about, how to sell and how to have selling conversations and techniques. And the selling conversation I just came up with, but the selling techniques to have a conversation with customers, how to close the sale, how to ask for the order. I have to give Dwayne Dabrowski, that information. Award, because he did a good job and he kind of lit a fire under my butt. We used to listen to Tom Hopkins, which is a master, Brian Tracy, a master, Zig Ziglar, who's a master, and there was quite a few others, but those are the ones that, were my favorites. But today, there's a lot of great people who've been in sales a long time. Bedford is pretty damn great, and then he's really teaching this straight line technique and quality of information. So, like I said, I haven't arrived yet. I've made money, I've lost money, and I've spent money, and I've wasted money. So on this platform, give me a thumbs up and share my videos. Let people know that, hey, there are other people who are like us, who are wanting to learn. And, please subscribe. It helps me in the algorithm when you give me a thumbs up, and more people are able to see my videos. I've got literally hundreds and hundreds of videos on all aspects of selling, from finance to marketing to selling to just being a salesperson. So today we're talking mostly about training. Like I said, I'm on my way right now to go and spend an hour and a half. You're probably going, man, you got to learn. I thought I got all that learning when I got out of school. You never stop learning if you want to be successful. You can never learn enough. I probably got a bachelor's degree in selling, okay, by now, with all the courses and classes and things that I've done. But that's why I've got this platform with so many videos and so much information to talk about, because training has been a big part of my life. I love it. It's like, man, if there's another class that can help me to close one more sale, or one more idea that can help me to close one more sale, it makes a big difference. And see, a lot of stuff is repetitive, but it can be given to a person in a different way. The way people communicate it, it's an art, learning, and you have to be open for learning. If you are a person who is closed-minded, that's up to you. But for me in my house, we're going to study, we're going to learn. And a lot of people, they get into sales, they think they got to go to college and stuff like that. You really don't. You can have a high school diploma and get in the business, but there will be courses and certain things that you need to take. So you do, like, getting your real estate license, your loan officer's license, insurance license, and some of these things where you're able to, make a lot of money. You do have to study. You have to learn. If you don't, then you're going to be, just a regular sales job, and you can work in retail and still, it doesn't matter. You can learn everything about your product. That's important, guys. If you have a product, you need to learn every single thing you possibly can. Now, when you first start getting into the business, you just need to get your feet wet. You don't have to know everything, but you do need to be able to hit the bullet points, because there are going to be people who may know more than you do that are out there that you're talking to. But see, here's the thing. You can always say, if you don't know, I'll find out. See, here's the thing. We probably know more because we're given when you go to school or training, when you first start with a business, more information. They just flood you with a lot of great information, and they say, go sell. Okay, sink or swim. Hopefully you got some mentors and people you can talk to who can help you through the process of, closing more sales. I've got some mentors in my life in the real estate business, but if I don't get out there and start talking to people, if I don't get out there and go to the classes, if I don't get out there and train, if I don't go out there and try to do what I'm learning and get it into, and actually doing the work, it ain't gonna do you no good. You can be a bookworm all you want, but you eventually got to get your feet wet. You got to get out there. You got to ask questions. You got to work. You got to close sales. You got to talk to people all the time, and that's what it's all about. Selling is a great opportunity. It's a great career. I've been in it since the 80s, so give me a thumbs up. This is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy. Sorry again about the little voice today, but it is what it is. and I'm going to wear my mask, going to wear my training, going to get in here and learn something, because, see, I want to be successful. Some people, they reach a plateau and they're good and they're done. They don't need no more training, but in reality, if you are happy where you're at, cool, but if you are not, I'll highly recommend that you go to school, get your classes, look outside the box, go online, look at different type of motivational speakers, people who can rah-rah you, but also people who can teach you. Like I said, I've got a platform here for real salespeople because I'm a real salesperson, and I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly, and the warts and all the things that I go through, and the training aspect and the things that I see on a daily basis, and the feelings and, all the different things that a lot of times people don't really talk about. They talk about the rah-rah, how to make a whole lot of money and stuff, but they don't talk about the day-to-day stuff that you got to deal with. And for me, that's what I'm all about. I'm telling you the whole truth, nothing but the truth, stuff you may not want to even know, and you go, oh crap, should I even get into sales? But training and knowledge and learning, heck yeah, man. That'll make you a better person anyway. A lot of times people, they think, like I said, oh, I graduated high school, I graduated college, I'm done learning. No, you're not. Not if you want to make money. And see, here's the thing. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy, and I'm always training. I've been in sales since the 80s. So that's a long daggone time. So what I'm sharing with you is, if I ain't done studying, if I ain't done learning, ain't nobody good at. You always got to learn. Even people who have years and years and years, people got a lot of money, who are making a lot of money, they are outside looking for new knowledge, looking for new ways to have conversations, looking for ways to sell stuff. They're looking for mentors. They're looking for people who can walk them through a process to make it more simpler. Customers don't want to get sold anymore, guys. They want to buy stuff. They need educated people who can educate them on the reasons why they should go ahead and purchase. And they like people who have some strong character, somebody who's got a good work ethic, somebody who knows what they're talking about and what they're selling. It's important. So do me a favor, go out there, and if you ain't asking for the order, you ain't selling. But listen, continuing education is the only thing that's going to benefit you that you may have to spend time on. I mean, literally, guys, I spend a lot of time learning. I'm always learning. And the more I learn, it's like, man, I got more to learn, but I'm willing to do whatever it takes. See, a lot of times people don't want to do the extra work. I mean, it's like I've been successful. I've failed. I have done things right and I've done things wrong. And see, a lot of people won't tell you that crap. I made a lot of mistakes and made some bad choices, but I made a whole lot of great choices. I got a great licenses, certifications, and so forth because I studied. I didn't give up. I've been in sales since the early 80s, so I know that things change. Companies go out of business, guys. I've worked with some great companies that have been in business 50 years, 100 years, that ain't no longer here. But because I did my continuing education, I did my continuing training, I learned the philosophy of selling, how to have selling conversation, how to pick up the phone, how to go door to door, business to business, ask for the order, and I continuously train, learning new techniques, new ideas, update my mind because, see, computers are everywhere now. You need to be able to use the things that are available to you. 20 years ago, none of this stuff was even thought of. I do a lot of stuff online now so that I can help my customers. A lot of stuff that I use, like the MLS to look at homes and stuff, I send out information, emails, customers can see that. And 10 years ago, that wasn't even available. So what I'm sharing with you is you always got to continuously train, always got to continuously learn. And that's what we do on this platform. I hope you learned something. And remember, selling and going and getting your education and learning will change your whole life. I promise. All right.